Does free will truly exist, or are our lives merely a series of predetermined events? An age-old debate, one that has been at the heart of philosophical discourse for centuries. Today, we delve into this debate through an enlightening dialogue between Omar, a free-thinking questioner, and a wise, poetic cleric. The cleric, a firm believer in free will, argues that determinism is a beautiful law. He states that the existence of beauty is a testament to our freedom. He challenges Omar, accusing him of being afraid of the concept of determinism. Omar, however, views things differently. He argues that beauty exists regardless of determinism. He posits that the opposite of determinism is impossible, and the idea of randomness holds no water. The cleric defends his stance, asserting that the ability to act freely is a gift. He believes that Omar's denial of free will stems from a fear of a higher power. The cleric insists that the freedom to act is a testament to our inner freedom. Omar counters this, stating that his argument isn't rooted in fear, but rather in the search for truth. He suggests that if everything were random, nothing would depend on anything else, creating a chaotic and baseless existence. The cleric passionately defends his belief in free will, accusing Omar of reducing his passions to mere calculations. He believes that one absolute position should not consume the other. Omar, in response, explains that our perceived ability to choose is merely an illusion, a second story, with only one window. He suggests that our understanding is limited by our inability to see the hidden, non-apparent floor below. The cleric, undeterred, argues against a rigid mode of thought, accusing it of consuming the beauty of life's symphony. Omar, however, is content in his pursuit of truth. He acknowledges the desire for the coin to stand on its edge, a metaphor for the coexistence of free will and determinism, but asserts that this is impossible. The cleric criticizes reliance on material evidence, suggesting that the pursuit of scientific proof seeks to forsake our freedom. Omar retorts with the concept of evolution. He argues that natural selection, not chance, led to our existence, reinforcing his belief in determinism. The cleric, however, maintains that the existence of a secret or unknown element in life suggests the possibility of a ghost in the machinery, implying the existence of free will. Omar acknowledges this, stating that we often forget the secret in order to live life excitingly. He believes that we're part of the play of life, regardless of determinism or free will. The cleric questions the absolute nature of determinism, asking if 2 + 2 always has to equal 4. Omar asserts that math is a necessity, and just like predicting the weather, the data may be overwhelming, but it does not measure randomness. The cleric argues that an unfree will is a contradiction. He maintains that if a choice has been made, then it has been willed, and if it has been willed, then freedom has been fulfilled. In response, Omar posits that the will is not something one controls, suggesting that the concept of free will is fundamentally flawed. In conclusion, the debate between Omar and the cleric encapsulates the ongoing philosophical discourse surrounding free will and determinism. It's a complex issue, one that challenges our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. And while the debate continues, perhaps the most important takeaway is this: the pursuit of truth, regardless of where it leads us, is a journey worth undertaking.
In this engaging debate, we've explored the concept of free will as it relates to poetry. Omar, our poetic contender, argues that we distill the world around us, creating a unique perspective influenced by our experiences. He believes that this process gives birth to our sense of self, and, consequently, our free will. On the other hand, the poetic cleric challenges this view, suggesting that our sense of self and free will are illusions, born from a culture lacking mythical perspective. The cleric proposes that our actions are not driven by free will, but are instead the result of a structured system that has been in place since the beginning of time. The debate then shifts to the realm of responsibility, morality, and justice. Omar discusses how our judicial system delineates between crimes of passion and premeditated acts, suggesting that the latter is a manifestation of free will. The cleric, however, counters this by questioning the idea of absolute freedom and the randomness it implies. Omar then introduces the concept of novelty, arguing that new experiences stir our senses and contribute to our sense of free will. The cleric, however, remains skeptical, questioning whether novelty can disrupt the established order. In the end, the debate leaves us with a profound question. Are we merely perceiving our reality through a lens shaped by our experiences and cultural influences? Or are we truly free agents capable of shaping our own destiny? This is the enigma that lies at the heart of the free will debate, a concept that continues to inspire poets and philosophers alike. The Free Will Poetry Slam. Debate is a testament to the power of words and the depth of thought that can be achieved when we use poetry as a tool to explore complex philosophical concepts. Whether you agree with Omar or the poetic cleric, one thing is certain: the debate on free will is far from over.
Does free will truly exist? Or are we simply pawns in a cosmic game of chess? This is the thought-provoking question that sparks the conversation between our two protagonists, Omar and the cleric, in a debate that dances around the delicate intricacies of fate and freedom. In a poetic exchange, the cleric surrenders his secrets to Omar, eager to hear his perspective on the matter. He concedes, "Omar, the secret is what you reveal. I've nothing else. I to you yield. You may expound on what's real. Later on, I may still play smarter along." Omar counters with an insight that challenges the common perception of free will, suggesting that it is not a fixed attribute, but rather a dynamic and ever-changing phenomenon. He argues, the fixed will is dynamic and can change from learning, giving it a wider range. This statement suggests a belief in the power of knowledge and experience to influence and expand our free will, implying that our choices are not predestined, but rather shaped by our understanding and interpretation of the world around us. This debate, both enlightening and thought-provoking in its essence, brings to light two different perspectives on the concept of free will. On one hand, the cleric's perspective seems to lean towards a more deterministic view of the world, while Omar, on the other hand, champions the idea that free will is not a constant, but a variable that can be influenced and expanded through learning and experience. In conclusion, the debate between Omar and the cleric presents a nuanced exploration of the concept of free will. It challenges us to question our own beliefs and to consider the possibility that our will may not be as free as we might like to believe. However, it also offers a glimmer of hope, suggesting that through learning and personal growth, we may be able to expand the boundaries of our free will and exercise greater control over our own destiny. As we navigate the complexities of the world and grapple with the challenges that life throws our way, may we always remember the power of knowledge and the potential it holds to shape our choices and our destiny.